Both these players need all your energy. They need as much energy as you are willing to supply them, or as you are capable of, so that either Prince can challenge Astro, or so Pixel can stand a chance against Astro and get his rematch. Just a reminder, too, that there is prize money involved. If you want to support these players, if you want them to walk away with a little bit of pocket change, a little bit of reward for their hard-earned efforts, going through the entire series, getting to this Invitational and competing, consider throwing a couple bucks their way. And here we are. Again, that's basically my loadout. Again. Prince going in with a Nade, Slap-a-Man, Mechanica. One of my personal favorites, and I would personally say a pretty strong counter to Clapback Cobra.
And not something that we or Pixel has had the pleasure of seeing Prince play so far today.
Out comes the rush. It's going to connect. Misses the finishing touch on the nade, but that's still a hefty 280 damage.
I tell you, when that Slap-a-Mander hits, it hits.
Out comes another grab. Prince is now in critical condition. One more grab attempt. One more for the fans. Not wanting to press that rush button, he just recognized, I can just keep hitting, and eventually it's going to work.
I think what strikes me the most about that first round there is how minimally Pixel actually had to use the shield to block any of what Prince was doing. We'll see if that first round was just Prince adjusting, but he is still just getting grabbed by this Cobra.
Indeed. This is not an easy loadout to use effectively, what Prince is utilizing, but with good patience, with good aggressive calls, you can definitely power through a Kid Cobra. Not when you're getting outsped by those grabs, though.
It's especially difficult with that nade and the spread of that popper. But there we have round one done. First set has gone to Pixel.
Tempo of this match has been made. There's still a lot of room for this story to go differently. But as it currently stands, Pixel has the advantage. And I would trust that he's looking to keep that advantage, keep that tempo going in his favor.
Yeah, and I'll say, I think going Mechanica is definitely a good choice against a Clapback Cobra, but I'm not necessarily sure it's the choice the Prince needs right now.
Indeed. I like the Slap-a-Mander. As a mech main, I personally have had success with this loadout in taking down a Kid Cobra. Curious to see how Lollipop's gonna go, but Slap-a-Man Mechanica has had success against Clapback Cobras in the past from personal experience. It works very well. A lot of it is just Slap-a-Mander though, so if we're going to switch over to a different character, somebody who has a little bit safer, cleaner movement that can make it a bit easier to step out of the way from those poppers and clapbacks, somebody that Prince is a little more comfortable and experienced with, I feel like, as much as I like to see the Mechanica, I think this is the better call for him.
Absolutely. This is such a better play by Prince. Just, you can tell how much more comfortable he is as this Lollipop.
Heavy characters are just a beast of their own that you kind of have to figure out, and not everybody can wrap their mind around them very well, just because of that larger body and having to learn how to, like, abuse armor. Hard part about Slap-a-Mander 2, and we've seen it several times, and I brought it before, I'll bring it up again, it is really hard to land Slap-a-Mander rushes. It is even harder. It's just as hard or harder to, once you've started a rush, to follow it up naturally with the Slap-O-Mander without losing damage from your flurry arm. How many times have we seen, like, they're punching an opponent down, they throw the Slap-O-Mander in, and then the Slap-O-Mander just carries the opponent away. They lose out on so much damage.
It makes me so sad every time, as I'm more of a Slam-O-Mander person myself. But going into second round here, already Pixel really showing a dominant lead, not letting up on Pr1nc3 at all.
Indeed. 70 seconds on the clock. There's still a lot of time for this battle to go, but Pr1nc3 with only 25% health.
And he does have rush, but he really needs the space to get in there and use it.
Where Pixel is just more than happy to dive in, press the button. A clean jump from Pr1nc3 prevents the shield break. Sees a chance, he reaches in, gets the Slap-O-Mander, he gets the full damage, 325. Actually, no, I think he missed out on the finishing touch still, but that was so much better. Magic Pixel is online, and it's going to be removed as another popper crashes through. Poor Pr1nc3 cannot find his way through the dominance of the clapback Cobra.
I find it really interesting too. So, like, just to make sure everyone watching is aware, you know, these two players are not letting this roll up to just RNG, and sparring ring hits taken it both times. This has been like very deliberate by both players, just not wanting to do anything but sparring. So I am, oh, you know what? Speak of the devil, commentator's curse. We are getting something other than sparring, it looks like.
This was the game. This was the closest he got to winning a game against Pixel before. If there's anything that's going to give him a shot, it would be this.
It's gonna be Moz. It is gonna be Moz. So we are gonna see how quickly, whether or not that trampoline ends up breaking into the center, and whether or not this becomes a zoning game for the both of them, especially with Pr1nc3 switching back to that bread and butter Springtron now.
A little bit of history on this stage. This is the quintessential well-rounded stage of ARMS. This is the It might have the trampoline, and the trampoline makes things wild a little bit, but this is the closest a lot of people in the community can agree to something that Smash fans might call, like, Pokemon Stadium. It's a flat circle, it's really easy to be aggressive, and it's really easy to not get cornered unless your opponent has really good pressuring play. And then, even when that center platform is broken open, it turns the stage from being a bit more aggressive to a very good defensive stage. So it's a great stage for both players as long as you can get into the environment you want. It's all about how you play the field, and that's what tends to determine the tempo of a match. I've seen games where people go 10 seconds in, and that trampoline is open.
And just like that, round one goes over to Pixel yet again. Still no changes to that trampoline. It is one hit away from opening up the game to being a zoning game that really Cobra is not gonna want to take part in.
And you can see Pixel is being very careful, always putting himself around the rim, utilizing that stage to approach quickly, but never putting his back to that center platform, so that if he gets knocked down, he is going to be able to safely recover, unless he is absolutely confident that he is not going to be knocked onto that center stage. Oh, we get the disarm. Pixel going to be able to catch him out. Pr1nc3 was so confident in that situation, and that disarm definitely costed him a lot of tempo.
Yeah, and we see Pr1nc3 fishing out for the EMPs every so often. And, you know, I could see where, you know, maybe a viewer watching is like, okay, well, if the shield is such a problem, why not just fish it for the, you know, the EMPs for it just to get that off there? And I mean, the answer to that's that Popper is going to disrupt you if you even think about trying it. It is such a volatile combo.
Yeah. It just puts so much pressure, and it's so difficult to find breathing room to be able to get anything going. And then even if you get the EMP, oh, we get the kill! He's still in this.
And Pr1nc3 takes the round. We are going to round 3 on Moz. Right now, it is do or die this round for Pr1nc3. If he wins it, we end up going to a set 4. If he loses, then that is the ball game for Pr1nc3, and we get to see Pixel and Astro grand finals.
But yeah, on top of what you noted before, like, even if he gets the EMP off, if he doesn't have Rush as an answer, if Pixel is just close enough, he can just walk up and grab.
Yep. And now we see that trampoline finally being broken, and it looks like Pixel is the first to take advantage of it, playing that air game with that Rush there.
This is now a defensive game. Pixel is playing the long haul. He might be at health disadvantage, but it is barely enough to be a concern. As long as he is just farming that Rush, he is getting what he wants. But Pr1nc3 with an excellent find gets the EMP, swiftly utilizing Springtron's movement to get in, get a clean Rush, and gets the final blow, taking a point from Pixel.
We are going to round 4, and Pr1nc3 can still bring this all back.
If there is any chance of a reverse sweep, it has been created. Pr1nc3 has demonstrated he's starting to figure out what he needs to do to be able to take this matchup. And now it is on Pixel to shut this down. We're going to be going straight back to that place that Pr1nc3 has been struggling with this whole time. We're going back to Sparring Ring. But is this newfound energy that Pr1nc3 has found going to be enough to allow him to come through? Or is the lack of that trampoline going to be enough to take him out?
And we're seeing, too, with Pr1nc3 being a really consistent choice with Springtron again, if it ended up winning that last match, why change it?
Pretty much. Pixel's won twice here. It seems pretty likely that he'll win a third time unless Pr1nc3 has a phenomenal change of strategy.
Pr1nc3 this round is dancing around Pixel's shields and punches so much better than he was in the first 2 matches. I believe in the People's Champion to bring it back.
Sees a chance for a full rush, but ends up getting a little too greedy. Pr1nc3 managing to shield it, tries to go for the punish, but ends up getting powered through by the shield. We do get an EMP, going for another. Could not time it well enough. Pixel successfully punishing it, staying on top of his toes. Another 130. Pr1nc3 is still in this. He's at half of Pixel's health though. Far less now. Can only survive. Can't survive this. We are back to match point for Pixel.
Now, going into this, if Pr1nc3 can just take this one round, we go to round 3, and there is the potential for that to transform into a set 5. But with Pixel just popping that rush there, Pr1nc3 is already down past half his health, and that is just getting more and more unlikely.
We do get the rush. We get to 290. Not enough time. He's not confident in the EMP. Gets another charged toaster. Almost has this brought back, but I mean, he still has to contend with that clapback. He still has to contend with his own gloves when those reflects happen.
Really solid shield break there by Pixel, but Pr1nc3 getting that grab punish. He's gradually chipping away and bringing it closer and closer, but oh, with that rush, it just does not happen.
He just started to find his way, but just starting is too late. As Pixel gets to his last stage choice is going to be the one that's been burning Prince down up to this point. And Pixel will be advancing 3-1 to move on to Grand Finals and to face off against Astro.